Hi guys, and welcome back to Ultra Chill. This week we have with us Jacques, the CEO of Oxya Origin, who are building their game, The Road to Genesis. We talk with him about Web3 gaming, play and earn, and what it's like to work with Ubisoft. It's a great episode, so let's get to it. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for the invitation.
Can you tell us a little bit about Oxya Origin and how you guys have been building it over the last couple of years?
Okay, so I will do a small presentation of what we did in the past. So Oxya Origin, at the beginning, we've built a strong community of 200,000 people all around the world, and we've shared a strong lore, strong storytelling, and thanks to that, we did a successful NFT mint. So we sold out the collection in 25 units, and after that, we've decided to invest everything we have inside the game. And following this, a strong partnership was born between Ubisoft and us, based on four pillars: talents, workshop, um, advisory. So they help us to build a strong game because we know how, to let's say. Acquire people in the Web3 space, and then they know how to build a game. So together, we can do the best work in the Web3 space. Yeah.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that relationship with Ubisoft because I think that that's something that the community will be very keen to hear about. Um, when you work with Ubisoft, they really have like two kinds of partnerships. They have like really like internal teams, internal projects that they fund and they run, and they're like primary pillars of their business. And that they also act as like a publisher and kind of as you said, an advisor for external games that would be published through Ubisoft. How is it like to work with Ubisoft?
Okay, I will speak about what we have on the contract, most important. When I said it's based on four pillars, the first one is the advisory part. So they provide us, expertise and advice in all the problems that we can have during the game development. The second pillar is the talents. They provide us and they connect us into different, let's say, talents and pool of talents. Because when you develop a game, you want to use the latest new technology, and for that you have to be, you have to receive advice from people who know how to do. After that, there is the workshop. So we are based at Station F, at the Ubisoft offices. So this is a great place, to connect with all the people in the Web3 ecosystem and even more. And the last, let's say, pillars is the resources. They provide us, different materials, different thing for the team, so we feel comfortable to work with them. Um, Nothing more. So we when we ask for something, they are here to give us an answer and support. In the past, we have some marketing support. So, for example, they give they spoke about us on different website, on different channel, on different Twitter posts to explain that they incubated us. So very powerful and strong, for us.
How long has that relationship been going on?
The love story began 1 year ago.
The love story, that's great. I wanted to talk a little bit about the game that you guys have actually been developing. What's the game about?
The game name is Road to Genesis. This is a third-person shooter game. Like, do you know Destiny, the game Destiny, or not?
I do know Destiny.
And do you know Halo?
I do know Halo. I think everybody knows Halo.
Yeah, everybody knows. So people know what I'm talking about. So you enter into a mine and you have to clean the different rooms. As soon as when I say clean the rooms, it means you have to kill the monster. As soon as you kill the monster, you open the door, open, and you go in the next room. You have to clean all the rooms, and at the end, of course, there is the final boss. And if you finish the game, if you kill the boss, you will be rewarded with resources and token. So it's a little bit like Call of Duty Zombie, in terms of gaming experience, and in terms of aesthetic, it's a little bit like yeah, Destiny and Halo. Yeah. So the view, when I said third-person shooter, the camera is behind, the guy that you manage to kill monster. So we can say that it's a roguelite at the third-person shooter. Yeah.
I read through the white paper that you guys produced, and there was a bunch of different gameplay loops that you're looking to build. So what you described is what's going to be available to play now. What are you planning to build in the future?
Look, first of all, we are launching the game. It's not a multiplayer mode. It's a single player mode. After that, of course, we have an open world. So we launch the multiplayer mode. It's a lot of work. And internally, we spoke with the gaming team. It's not a good idea to launch the game with the multiplayer mode because it costs a lot in terms of user acquisition. So we've decided to split the launch. At the beginning, it will be single player, and after in the open world, and after you can do the different mission with different people at the same time. When you enter in the mine, you can enter with your friend or random people. And with that, we have, of course, our Oxya HQ. The Oxya HQ, this is the place that players and traders can come, buy resources, trade resources, buy weapons, trade weapons, rent the weapons. If you don't want to use it, you can just rent it and make cash on it. And the next step of this Oxya HQ will be to be present on the Google Play and Apple Store. So we have a lot of different steps in the future to realize, but step by step. And here is for the plan. Yeah.
I know that you guys are also looking to have kind of like seasons of content, right? So you'll start with X amount of content, then every X amount of time you'll append to it. So I wanted to ask, like, what are the length of the seasons, and what kind of content do you guys intend to add as the seasons progress?
Yeah, it's a very good question, but the game is almost finished. We did the release of the game at the ETHCC. 1,000 player came and tried the game, and we've decided to split the game launch. Why? Because of course our token is linked to our game. It means that the utility of the token is very huge, and we want to launch the different season of the game in the same time of the different cliff of the token. It's basically for the financial, let's say, point of view, but in terms, of marketing side and experience side, when we say that a new season is coming, we'll add some weapons, we'll add some monsters, we'll add some new different rooms, and even at the end, I will not speak too much, but we'll open the open world and different kind of mine around the open world and different kind of missions. So a lot of different season, and it's like a Netflix series. You come, you connect, you see that in 10 days there is a new series, and you download it, you play it, you enjoy. Very interesting.
So you compared it before to Destiny, and you compared it to Halo. What really sets it apart from other games?
First of all, they are multiplayer games, so we are not multiplayer at the beginning. So this is one of the huge difference. After that, of course, we are new in the gaming space, so we'll not have 25 weapons and 1,000 kind of monsters into our game. But months after months, years after years, we'll include all of these new collectible and new monsters, and the goal will to become the number one game in the Web3 space. Let's say triple A game, because it's doable. It's exactly the mindset and the vision that we have. There is a place to take, the place to become the number one. So we want to take the place, and we are doing everything possible and everything needed to take this place. Yeah.
So there's been a lot of ups and downs in the NFT market, the Web3 market, the last few years. Why do you think that Web3 based gaming is so hard to get right?
Let's speak a little bit about the past. Which game today is a successful game in the Web3 space? I am asking a question.
I would argue that none of them are successful.
There is not a lot, correct, because of the tokenomics, because of the way that people was thinking, the onboarding, because the fact that there is 1 year ago there was not enough tools on the market, to onboard Web2 and Web3 people, and we saw some huge company. We've done that with a strong and successful onboarding, like Sora in French. For me, they are an example in terms of onboarding. They are very, it's perfect, because when I I tried Sora, I will say in French, sorry for my accent. At the beginning, you don't feel that you are in the blockchain and you are buying, some cars with the blockchain through your credit card. So, but in terms of examples, successful example, there is not a lot. But the thing is, thanks to all the different game and all the different launch that we saw in the past, today it's easy to take decision and to use the new features and new product on the market to improve the onboarding side of the project. Yeah. So I don't know if I answer correctly to the question, but
I mean, you kind of did, because like when we talk about what was wrong with Web3 gaming, I think that there was like a few facets, stuff that like Ultra has really been working on the last few years. I think that using the applications is hard, right? Like getting into the game, getting a wallet set up, getting the currency that you need to buy the thing that you want to get so you can play the game. It's a bunch of different steps, and it's way harder than games have been in the past, right? That's not fun for players. And then the barrier to entry, cost wise, has been typically like very, very high in the order of like $250 to like thousands of bucks to be able to play a game, which frankly it is generally not very appealing. And I think that like when we talk about Web3 based gaming, like why is it hard to get right? I think that the real answer is that in the past, developers have been greedy for making a lot of money, but not greedy for making like the best game possible. And I'm curious about like what your thought is about how do you balance the needs of like small time developers who want to make enough money to be able to continue development versus players who want to play a game without having a lot of hassle or having high costs involved.
look, we are building a game. So the first thing is the game has to be interesting, and the focus of the game on the gaming experience is very important. We have to create an addictive gameplay, and after that, we'll think about the economy around that. When I say after that, today we finish the economy and the tokenomics and the token flow, everything around. But the first thing that you have to have in mind when you want to create a game and create, this next step of Web3 game, you have to think only about the game. This is the key of the success. After that, you have to work with strong partner, to have the best and the smoothest onboarding in the world. And concerning, you spoke about, the financial part. If your storytelling, if your lore, if your IP, if everything is 10 on 10, of course, people will come into your ecosystem, and they will come into your ecosystem. So you say that sometimes it's very expensive to come into a game through different NFT because this is expensive. But um, the mistake was that before people thought that when you want to come into the game, you have to pay $100, to have an NFT and play an own model. But we have a different, way to grab these people with different NFT collection and different value. Will not be, this kind of collection with high value in all the NFT, because first we want players, active players. So we need to understand them, and we need to do our proof on the market. After that, they will follow, and of course, I'm sure that they will follow. Yeah.
I really believe that what you just said is the absolute truth. Jacques, I really appreciated your time and your expertise. Thanks for coming onto the show.
Oh, we spoke 15 minutes. It was great. Thank
Easy
you.
peasy, right?
Yeah, it is easy peasy. Thank you very much.